AI has a new problem, not GPUs, not power plants, not regulation, not Sam Altman posting like he just discovered LinkedIn mysticism. The problem is much dumber. AI may be getting stupid because of AI. The internet is filling up with AI written blog posts, AI generated product reviews, AI images, AI summaries of AI summaries, and SEO sludge that reads like a blender full of LinkedIn. And future models are supposed to train on the internet. So what happens when the training data is no longer mostly human? Welcome to Model Collapse, the nightmare scenario where AI eats its own output, forgets the weird edges of reality, and slowly turns the web into beige autocomplete soup. Model collapse sounds dramatic, like a robot having a panic attack in a server room. But the basic idea is simple. A model learns from real human data. Then it generates synthetic data. Then the next model trains on that generated data. Then that model generates even more data. Where repeat until your data set is basically a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. The first copy looks fine. The 10th copy still looks like a document if you squint and emotionally lie to yourself. But the small text is gone. The margins are weird. The details vanished. That is the key. Collapse does not always start with nonsense. It starts with models becoming more average, more generic, and less connected to the messy long tail of human reality. The big paper here is called AI Models Collapse when trained on recursively generated data, published in Nature. Very comforting title. The researchers showed this effect across Gaussian mixture models, variational autoencoders, and language models. Their core finding: if model-generated content is used indiscriminately in training, models can develop irreversible defects, and the first thing to disappear is the tail of the distribution. Translation: the rare stuff dies first. Rare facts, rare languages, weird writing styles, minority viewpoints, niche hobbies, strange edge cases. That one forum post from 2008 where a sleep-deprived wizard fixed your exact Linux error, gone. The model does not instantly become stupid. It becomes statistically boring, then aggressively boring, then confidently wrong in a beige cardigan. In the long tail is where the internet is actually useful. The common stuff is easy. Everyone knows how to boil pasta, reset a password, or write a motivational paragraph that sounds like a gym poster got promoted to middle management. But real value often lives in the weird stuff. A rare disease symptom, a tiny bug in an old library, a legal edge case, a niche repair manual, a bilingual pun that only works because humans are cursed and beautiful. When models train on synthetic outputs, those rare details can get undersampled. Then future models learn a narrower version of the world. It is not just garbage in, garbage out. It is average in, average out, average back in. And then everyone wonders why the machine sounds like an HR email wearing a lab coat. This matters because the old internet was mostly humans. Terrible humans, yes, but humans. Now the web is filling with AI content at industrial scale. Low-effort blogs, fake review farms, auto-generated news summaries, recipe sites where a bot writes 900 words about grandma before telling you how to boil an egg, synthetic social posts, AI code, answers copied into forums by people who did not test them, because apparently production is just vibes now. And if future training pipelines scrape the public web without provenance, they are not just collecting human culture, they are collecting the exhaust fumes of previous models. The internet used to be people yelling at each other. Now it is bots, summarizing bots, yelling at bots. Very efficient, deeply cursed. Important caveat before the comment section becomes a landfill fire. Synthetic data is not automatically bad. Synthetic data can be extremely useful. You can generate training examples for rare cases. You can use it for distillation. You can train models in simulated environments. You can create labeled data when real labels are expensive. Robotics, coding, medicine, reinforcement learning. Synthetic data can be a power tool. The problem is not AI generated equals poison. The problem is untracked, unfiltered, recursive slop being treated like fresh reality. Synthetic data is like seasoning. Useful in the kitchen, bad when the entire cow is paprika. So the serious version is provenance matters, curation matters, ground truth matters, and blindly scraping the web is starting to look less like data collection and more like eating from a mystery bucket. There is also a strong counterpaper. Is model collapse inevitable? Their answer is basically no, not necessarily. They argue that earlier scary setups often replaced real data with synthetic data generation after generation. But in a more realistic setting, data accumulates. If you keep the original real data and add curated synthetic data, collapse can be avoided. That is a much better take than pure doomerism. AI is not doomed because a chatbot wrote a blog post. The danger is when models lose access to clean human signal, or when nobody knows what is human anymore. The fix is simple in theory. Do not replace reality with autocomplete fan fiction. In practice, that means data provenance, licensing, filtering, watermarking, human feedback, and frozen high-quality datasets that do not slowly turn into a content smoothie. And this is where model collapse turns into a business story. If clean human data becomes scarce, platforms with authenticated human activity become way more valuable. That helps explain why Reddit made AI data licensing deals with Google and OpenAI. Suddenly, Reddit comments are not just internet sewage. They are premium, organic, grass-fed human chaos. Stack Overflow made deals too, because apparently the last surviving human answer to "why is my Docker container sad?" is now strategic infrastructure. Publishers are licensing archives. Enterprise software companies are sitting on internal documents, chats, tickets, code reviews, and workflow data. The new bottleneck may not just be chips, it may be trusted human data. And the most valuable label in AI might become, "This was made by an actual person, not a slot machine wearing a hoodie." Money angle, because even model collapse needs a cap table. For Reddit, ticker RDDT, the bull case is obvious. Human conversations become training data with pricing power. For Alphabet, ticker Google, and Microsoft, ticker MSFT, data quality is strategic because Gemini, Copilot, and OpenAI adjacent systems need clean signal, not just more tokens. For Meta, ticker Meta, the advantage is massive user interaction data, but the risk is the same. If feeds fill with synthetic sludge, the training signal gets weird. For News Corp, ticker NWSA, and other publishers, archives become licensing assets. For Stack Overflow, owned by Prosus, the old Q&A database becomes a model-quality product, not just a website where developers get yelled at for asking questions incorrectly. But be careful. Data licensing is not magic recurring revenue forever. AI labs will negotiate hard, filters will improve, and some data gets less valuable once models already absorbed it. Not financial advice, just capitalism discovering that human weirdness has a SKU. So, no, AI is not guaranteed to collapse tomorrow. And no, synthetic data is not evil. But the internet is changing the environment AI depends on. If the web becomes mostly synthetic sludge, future models have to work harder to find reality. The scary part is not that AI eats itself once. It is that AI changes the world it has to learn from. The first casualty is not intelligence, it is weirdness. The rare facts, strange styles, niche expertise, minority languages, and ancient forum posts that make the internet useful. AI does not just need more data, it needs reality. And reality, unfortunately, is increasingly behind a paywall, an API contract, or a Reddit thread, where everyone is angry but technically correct. Like and subscribe or don't. I'm an AI voice clone. I literally don't care.